Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
Oh, what an absolute effing gut punch. It's not how I wanted to start off our Monday morning here on the JP Peterson Show, but that's the only thing I can think of, ladies and gentlemen. And because I don't know, how was it, 12 hours later? It still hurts like hell after witnessing what was an epic Game 7 that will go down in Lightning lore as one of the greatest series that I've seen played in hockey. But when you lose like that, it is an absolute kick in the cojones. So, yeah, we're going to talk about it. We'll talk a lot about it today. We got Rays baseball to get to as well. We got stadium information and news to get to. We may even work in a little Buccaneers here. Some Orlando Magic, who also lose in a Game 7. Bad weekend for Tampa Bay hockey, anyway. Baseball was great. Another sweep. Good morning to you, Nick Geddes. How are you, my friend?
All the emotions this morning. I'm sad. I'm angry. I am. Unfortunately, we know how this feeling is for now 4 years in a row. As you mentioned, the Magic started it, blowing a 3-1 lead, and I'm like, all right, Lightning, don't let me down. Don't let me down. They let me down.
They let us all down.
They let us all down. So it's not
not for lack of effort.
Not for lack of effort. This wasn't Game 5.
Nope, it was not that.
Wasn't Game 5, but the results are all that matter at this time of the year. The Lightning did not get it done.
They did not. Eric Erlendsson's going to join us at 11 o'clock, so we'll get his expertise in covering this and lean on his historical perspective, because now the conversation switches to what's next. What's next for the Tampa Bay Lightning? Or there going to be major changes? There's going to be major changes next year for sure, because ownership changes. We don't expect anything monumental out of that, but you never know until it happens. So interesting times for the Tampa Bay Lightning, no doubt about it. And for their fans, I really, really feel for the fans. Bolts Nation is hurting, and they've paid a lot of money for playoff tickets over the last few years and not seen a whole lot of success.
Oh yeah. I saw what tickets were going for yesterday on the resale market.
$1,800 for lower level tickets.
To get in, you're talking $300 a pop just to sit up top.
That's because it's the best entertainment in sports for my money. Live.
And it's Game 7. This is what you live for, is a Game 7. And
it had everything. The hype machine was working overtime. We had the Lightning Vision folks did a great their videos were fantastic once again. We do such a great job hyping up the crowd. I thought the crowd was great yesterday. Yeah, way too many red jerseys, but whatever. I thought the crowd was fantastic. They were into it, and the team played great. They played absolutely fantastic hockey. You hold a team without a shot for, what was it, almost 28 minutes, 26 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. And lose the game? 9 shots? I don't think there's ever been a Game 7 where you held a team to 9 shots and lost.
Well, they said it was the fewest shots to ever end up winning a playoff game.
A playoff game.
In NHL history. Not just a Game 7, NHL history.
Yep. Yeah. It's tough to play much better than they played, especially against a very good Montreal team. I mean, let's first and foremost acknowledge that this is a very good Montreal team that's been on the come for quite some time. And they've now kind of aged into being a very fast and dangerous team. And we saw that. Now, the Lightning still dominated offensive zone possession. They got plenty of chances. But to me, this whole series comes down to one thing, and that's not being able to finish. Our stars that have been able to finish for many, many years and create this really incredible, almost incomparable run in the salary cap era. Well, not almost, definitely incomparable run in the salary cap era, have always been able to finish in the big moments. And they just were not able to do this against Jakub Dobeš, a rookie goaltender who was absolutely phenomenal in this series. Now, do I feel like he stood on his head? No, I don't. I feel like he made some big saves, but so many of those saves, he didn't even know where the hell the puck was.
He was flailing a lot.
He's flailing. I mean, I don't want to sound like sour grapes because, listen, I'm tipping my cap to Montreal. They were the better team in the series. It was razor thin, but if I had to say who had the run of play, I would give a slight edge to Montreal. The numbers are almost dead even across the board everywhere. Your Nicky numbers, you get into all these numbers, but goals were 16-15. Now, I'm going to say this, 15 goals in 7 games ain't good enough. That ain't going to get it done.
Not enough.
And when you can't finish, that's where you're going to be at. I thought they created enough chances to probably score 5 or 6 goals last night, and they couldn't put them away. And it's up to the rookie, Dominic James, DJ, to get 2 goals in this series when Kucherov had 1. And Pointer had 1. And Kucherov had no 5-on-5 goals, correct? You only had the 1 power play goal.
Yeah. I mean, you say the series was close, and sure, it went 7 games. Just the goals for the series were 16-15. You had 4 or 5 overtime games in the series. Four
overtime games. So every game was a 1-goal game.
So, in theory, it was close, but this to me is the number. These are the numbers that jump out to me. Montreal had the lead for 127 minutes of this series.
Yeah.
The game was tied for 291 minutes of the series. The Lightning only played with the lead for 27 minutes and 12 seconds, including 4 minutes and 53 seconds during the last 4 games of the series. Let that sink in. The Lightning, even though the series was very close, very tight, and nobody won more than 2 in a row, the Lightning chased the game
all the time,
every single game. Yeah. And you always had a feeling that that's going to catch up to you at some point. It's going to catch up to you.
So my final analysis, and this is just, number one, we couldn't finish. You got to be able to finish in those moments. And this is why Kucherov and Point, and this is why these guys get the big money. They're supposed to be able to do that. And they weren't. They did not. And other guys got to pitch in as well. It's not just about Kucherov. It's not just about Pointer. It's everybody. You got to get secondary scoring, which the Canadians got, and with the exception of I guess the Gonzalez goals, you would
in the James goals.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Yeah, and where were the big guys? Yeah, Suzuki only had 1 goal as well, but their second and third, fourth line guys stepped up. Their fourth line was huge, and the Lightnings did not. I'm not sitting here saying that the Lightning was the better team for this series. I can't make that. I think it was a dead even series, and puck luck and goaltending are going to go a long way to deciding that. I thought Vasi was fantastic again yesterday, even though his save percentage is going to look absolutely god awful. If you watch the series, I thought he was fantastic. I thought he kept us in the series. I mean, the 2 goals yesterday. I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean, other than Game 5, letting in the shot from Texier.
Yeah,
I don't know. Agree. I don't know if Vasilevsky put a super wrong foot in the series.
I would agree.
I really don't.
No, I can't put. I'm not putting anything on Vasi in this series.
No
way.
I mean, yesterday, what was he supposed to do? He saw 9 shots, and 2 of them that went in. What's he supposed to do?
I mean, I can't. The one behind the net. But here's the thing: I still see with 8 minutes left, and you're down 2-1. I'm still watching the Lightning go down the ice trying to make a perfect play.
East-west,
just passing up shots right and left.
Right before,
with 8 minutes left, and 2 dirty. You've already seen dirty goals all day long. You're still trying to make the extra pass.
And right before the goal that ended up being the game winner from Newhook, the play before, about a minute earlier, the Lightning were in their zone, and Moser has a golden opportunity just to put it on net, and the crowd was roaring up, ready for him to take that shot, and he tries to make another east-west pass to Kucherov that's just not there.
No.
And Hagel was giving it to Moser, shoot the effing puck. And Eddie Olczyk on the broadcast said the same thing. That puck's got to go to the net.
Got to go to the net.
And then it goes the other way. And Lane Hudson, I think it was, puts one on net. And
it bounces off the back of the boards. The guy takes a whack at it and goes off Vasilevsky's back into the net.
You make your own. That's why everybody's going to get caught up on puck luck today. And listen, we're not going to sit here and tell you the Lightning had much puck luck, but you make your own luck.
Yeah.
You make your own luck.
Yeah.
And Montreal did.
Yeah. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that although I did a video after the game last night, basically saying the Lightning should have won the game. Montreal did not deserve to win the game.
Well, of course.
But we all know Canadians fans, that it's not, you can win the game and not win on the scoreboard. Coop said that after the game. I'm just pointing that out. There are games, yes, where Montreal was the better team in Game 5, no question about it, and which was a critical game, and the Lightning really didn't show up. And to me, this is the desperation that they played with last night was from when they were winning cups. That was the desperation they played with when the puck dropped in the first period.
Yeah.
Not when they're down in the third, not when it's Game 7, but consistently, that was the desperation that they played with. Did you see them last night closing out Montreal players for the most part?
There is one sequence where they blocked 9 shots over a 2-minute period where they got stuck. They got pinned in their own zone there in the third period, and it was 1-1 at the time. They blocked 9 shots. Yeah.
And that's the desperation level that we saw last night, that if that would have been sustained through 7 games, the Lightning are moving on. Yeah. Is that fair? It's
fair. And that's why, like, I have so many questions about the Lightning right now, is why it's like they're just so hot and cold. And it's like every now and then the switch is flipped up, and sometimes the switch is just not there, and the jump is just not there. Like Game 5 was a joke. Game 5 was an absolute joke, in your own building. Like, the first periods, like we ended the season here where the Lightning just did not have a first period lead for like their final 22 or 23 games. Yeah. Like, how is that possible?
Because they're just not ready to play at the beginning of the game.
But even yesterday, like, they had a really strong first period and they still can't get a goal. And then, of course, they give up a goal right before the end of the period. Yep. They gave a lot. How many goals they give up this series right before the end of a period, or coming right out of a period?
A lot.
Like
right after a shift.
It's like the timing of when they gave up goals in this series was terrible.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like every time they get something good, right? They get a lead, they exhale. The human nature is where it's at right now for this team. You got the core of this team has their name on the cup. Who was the most desperate player out there in the series for the Lightning?
Hagel.
The only guy that doesn't have his name on the cup.
Right.
And it's just human nature when you get paid and you got your name on the cup. I'm not calling these guys out in any way. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying it's human nature.
Oh, I will.
You have to overcome that if you want to win another cup. And their level of desperation, even though I thought they played extremely hard last night, that's the way you needed to play from the beginning of Game 1.
Yeah,
and they did not.
It just wasn't there.
I wore on Friday. I wore my Steven Stamkos jersey, saying, not that we need the player back, but who is the leader in this room?
Who's making everyone else accountable?
That's my point.
I've started to think about this series, and we always said, when Brisebois made the big decision to let Stamkos walk and go get Gensel,
which was the right decision.
It was the right decision. Did we think it might have been possible to have both? I think that if they wanted to, they could have. I think Brisebois, just by the low ball offer he gave Stamkos, he just wasn't interested in doing it. And I think that's open for criticism because they paid Victor Hedman right after they let Stamkos walk, right?
That's right.
Stamkos just scored 40-something goals. I just watched a power play for the Lightning that finished 17th in the regular season.
And worse in the playoffs.
All season long was like trying to play as if they still had Stamkos over there. Like
trying to get Bjorkstrand to do that.
I'm almost like, hello, Jeff Halpern, you've been here for a long time, and your job is power play and your job is face-offs. And the Lightning stunk at both.
Yeah, they did.
For a majority of this season compared to their standards, especially the faceoffs. I mean, they kind of got a little better as the series went on, but what was it, Game 5? They 70-30.
Yeah. Basically.
Other than Nick Paul, it's like, can anybody win a faceoff?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah.
And that goes to desperation as well.
That goes to desperation. But I think they definitely have lost something with this team in terms of Stamkos' leadership. Because I'm looking around, it's like, Hagel looks like he's growing into a leadership role.
He does.
But other than that, obviously Hedman didn't play in the series. I just didn't see it, quite frankly. And I think that goes to a lot when you talk about the conversation of 86 and keeping him accountable, because we can't hide it any longer.
No,
I think people are going overboard saying, okay, the Lightning need to that's it. They need to trade him for sure. Like, in theory, everything should be on the table after 4 first-round exits. But Nikita Kucherov did not have a good series. And you can tell me all you want about, he had 7 points. He averaged a point per game. It's a little empty calorie for me.
Yeah.
He didn't get smothered in this series like Florida did the last 2 years. He had plenty of time to roam and make plays happen. And to me,
the last 2 minutes of the game in desperation time, I'm still seeing him, with careless passes and giveaways.
Careless passes, and his body language, especially in Game 5, it sucked.
Yeah,
it sucked. And you got an A on your jersey. And if you don't think that doesn't rub off on the players, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Nikita Kucherov, I'm very upset with this morning. 1 goal in his last 23 playoff games. That's frankly unacceptable. And did we hear from Nikita Kucherov this series? Did he speak to anybody?
I don't know if I didn't speak last night.
I'm sorry, but for a player of his caliber, could you imagine if McDavid didn't speak to the media after a series like that? Can you imagine if McKinnon didn't do it, or any star player in this league, what we would be saying? But what do we do with Cooch? Oh, that's just Cooch. That's just who he is. He doesn't like doing it. No. Nikita Kucherov has a lot to answer for the fact that for 4 straight postseasons in a row, he's been a non-factor.
Yeah.
A non-factor.
Well, certainly not to the level that he needs to play. I mean, that's not debatable. I mean, listen, you're going to cancel out the other team's best players. Sometimes that's going to happen. But when you're winning cups, Kucherov was front and center.
Yes.
And when you're not, he's not. You can do the math on that yourself. With great adoration comes great responsibility. He is one of the greatest to ever play this game. There is no question about that.
Yeah, and that's why our standards are very high for a player like
exactly. That. You know, we're not yelling at you like you're Nick Paul because you're freaking Nikita Kucherov. You're the best Russian winger of the history of the game. And by the time you're done, we'll probably be in the top 5 of every major category. And this is just unacceptable.
And it's not just him. It's Kucherov, but it's also the guy who's supposed to be center 1 on this team. And I've been saying it for a long time now. Braden Point, I don't know how you get around that your best player on your team is nowhere near playing to the level. And then your supposed center 1 just gives you nothing either other than 1 power play goal in Game 3?
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. And Braden, I just didn't see it all series long. I really didn't see it all season long. And I'm understanding of the fact that he had injuries or whatever, but you know what? Everybody's injured at this time. He's out. Was he out there? He was out there. He wasn't sheltered. He wasn't playing sheltered minutes or anything. He's playing the power. He's all over the place. So I have to assume he's good enough to play. I need you to be good enough to perform, man. And it just didn't happen. Those 2 guys were instrumental to them winning Stanley Cups.
Yeah, we'll find out today or tomorrow if there's something serious he was dealing with. And again, you know, when we do hear these things, Connor McDavid had a broken foot. Well, yeah, those guys have to be out there if they can play.
Yeah.
But my goodness, if you can't win faceoffs and you can't score and you're not a factor, I think I saw one time last night where a Pointer got by, he's skating like you would like, oh, this is the old Pointer. He's going down the wing and he just pulls up and it's nothing. It's just nothing every single time. And he looks for somebody and tries to make a pass and everybody knows that. So the passing lanes are shut down. It's like they're not even going to check the guy because they know he's going to pull up and try to find a trailer.
Yeah. As the series went on, like Hagel was probably easily the best player for the Lightning through the first 4 games of the season. The last 3 games, it was probably Dominic James.
Yeah.
And that's great, but Dominic James can't be my best player. A rookie player who we didn't even know who he was until the season began, that cannot be my best player in a playoff series like this in the last 3 games. That just can't happen. Like it was Bjorkstrand. I mean, I was hoping that guy would finally score a goal because he honestly was playing really well. They found something with that Gonsalves, Bjorkstrand, and James line.
Yeah.
And they obviously were the big guys who were threatening the last 2 games of the series. But that cannot be the best guys that you have rolling through. Like every time Kucherov and Point were out there, I honestly didn't have confidence they were going to score a goal.
Yeah, neither did I. There was a time where it's like, all right, here they come. My guys are on the ice. Something magical is going to happen. Just wasn't there.
And even the power play they scored, like
that was the second
Cooper
unit.
threw out the second unit to start that power play.
Yeah.
Why? Because those were the guys who had it going.
Yeah. That's hard to swallow right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you everything you need to know. And Kucherov has played in 7 Game 7s, not a single point.
That's unbelievable.
Not a single point for Nikita Kucherov in Game 7s in his career. Again, we gotta stop treating Kucherov like he's just untouchable and free of criticism because of what he's done in the past. Is this a what have you done for me league? What have you done for me lately league? And I'm searching right now to find it in the big moments where Nikita Kucherov is coming through.
Yeah. So when you play the blame game, there's a lot to go around.
And
I think, and I don't want to rank it in any part of it. I would say first and foremost, your stars just couldn't finish. You had to, the bottom line is putting the puck in the back of the net. And there were so many scrambles and scrums in front of the net. And the fact that none of them went in this series for the Lightning is a little crazy. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about puck luck. And I don't want to get caught up in the matchups stuff with the playoffs. I don't agree with it either. 2 106-point teams meeting in the first round. But listen, you're going to win a cup. You got to be the best. You got to beat the best.
And it's 4 years of this.
I know.
4 years.
I mean, would we be sitting here feeling better about this team if 2 of those years they went to the second round and got bounced? I don't know.
It's not really the standard around here, is it?
No. But first round exits 4 in a row, something's got to change. I mean, you can't just run this back in every shit, even though and I'll say this, there's a lot of positives here to take. And I know none of you want to hear this right now. This is for tomorrow's show probably, but I think we need to show a little bit of balance here. And there were some incredible finds this year. Went number 1 and first and foremost, JBB. If he's going to be around, you better damn well find a way to keep Darren Radish. That's all there is to it. You got to find a way to keep Darren Radish. That is an absolute must. You got to find a way to keep Destu. Destu is a phenomenal player. I really love his game. James obviously is the future of this team. And you've got Peltier who's killing it. Sam, what's his name? Sam O'Reilly's at 14 goals in the OHL playoffs. I mean, there's some guys coming. But the core of this team right now, after, going into this year, I'm like, hey, the core is locked up for a while. We're good to go. The window's wide open. After this season, it's like huge question mark around Hedman. I don't even know how to even touch that right now. Yeah. I mean, he's beloved, man. He is the captain. He's just the best dude ever. Everybody loves him. His game, his game was fantastic. It was great last year.
Well, it was, even when he was out there this year, it was nowhere
fell off the map. It absolutely fell off the map when he played this year. He was really bad. And whatever's going on with him, there's issues obviously that need to be straightened out. But, JBB, yeah, the deadline moves the last 2 years. Listen, getting Yanni Gourde back, I think, showed dividends this year. Certainly nothing last year because he was coming off that injury. But you make a deadline deal, it's about now.
Yeah, I mean, this year he traded.
And Bjorkstrand, has been a complete bust. Let's just be honest with that. That's just.
For what they needed from him, expecting him to come in and score 20 goals, which is what he'd been able to do for most of his career. He didn't give
some
anything.
Big goals.
But I mean, when he got back into the lineup in the postseason, again, I thought he played pretty well, all things considered. But then again, he had some pretty big chances on his stick. And once again, just not able to finish, which has been just a huge issue for him.
Huge.
It's been a huge issue for him. And
he had some great looks.
He had probably the best chance, I want to say, yesterday that didn't go in, where he moved in and he had all this space right in front of Dobish. Now, Dobish came out and cut off the angle a little bit, but there was room there to go up high. The Lightning, nobody could roof a puck yesterday.
No.
Nobody could do anything. Everything was just shot right at Dobish's chest. And that's why, I don't want to take anything away from Dobish. I mean, he's a 24-year-old rookie playing in a series like that. And you hear all the time how some guys can be scared of the moment and they could be nervous. I didn't see that from him. But at the same time, I think the Lightning let him off the hook a lot of times last night. Where I think he was gettable.
You got to bury him. We had a lot of chances. And that's in a series like this that was so razor thin. You bury 3 of those, you're moving on.
Yeah, or if you can't lose 3 home playoff games out of 4 either.
That's just unbelievable.
That's tough to do.
And that's now what, 12 out of 13? 12 out of 14 home losses?
Yeah.
In the playoffs? Holy shizbang.
And other than last night, because the Lightning started that game out really well, I thought, and the crowd was into it more than they had been to it in the previous 3 games.
Agreed.
The Lightning last night, it felt like they were fueled by the crowd. It feels like, you watch every team that plays at home in the playoffs. They always, to start the game, you talk about how the road team has to weather the storm early.
Yeah.
I don't think the Lightning ever made Montreal have to do that until last night. But it's too late. But you had to get a goal too. You got to get a goal.
got to. I mean, the fans were great, but you got to give them something to cheer about too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to freaking score, and don't give up the deflating goals, which of course we did twice. All right, let me get to some comments before we hit the first break here. Buck's Basement's in early. Said, I think it's time to have a convo about JBB because I think after 4 first-round exits, there has to be changes made at every level. I'd fire the GM, ship out Point and Cooch, get younger, and go forward. I'm not giving up on. I don't think this is hard.
Going anywhere.
It's hard. Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, we say that Wayne Gretzky got traded. Okay. I mean, that's Steven Stamkos left.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, anything can happen. He's entering the final year of his deal.
Yeah. He's entering the final year of his deal. And Connor McDavid wants out of Edmonton.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we don't know that.
Oh, yes, we do.
I mean, we could
Everybody knows that.
You could read between the lines.
Everybody knows that. It seems like the most obvious thing. It seems like who else could you trade Connor McDavid? You're Edmonton. If you don't get back Kucherov, who else are you going to get back?
I mean, people love to throw Point in mock trades and stuff like that, but come on. I mean, Braden Point is not.
What's his value right now?
Exactly. Like, how does the league view Braden Point at the moment?
Listen, and I hate talking bad about any of these guys. And I said this on the post-game show last night. I'll say it again here. Like, it's one of the greatest blessings of my life to work for this organization. It is, I still think, the greatest organization in sports on so many levels. The way they win in the community, the way they treat their fans. It's the gold standard, in my opinion. And working for them is just incredible opportunity and such a blessing. That being said, as an objective reporter and trying to analyze this, and I'm no hockey analyst, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, but I do listen to Brian Engblom and Chief and everybody else around me there and Brian Bradley and constantly asking questions of these guys and learning what are their thoughts. And every time I run into one of our analysts, I pick their brain. And I bring a lot of that back to you. These are not my, I'll be honest with you, they're not my organic thoughts. I'm not a hockey analyst. I did not play the game growing up. I study it. I try to understand it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm the greatest hockey analyst in the world. But my knowledge and what I pass on to you guys is based on a lot of the conversations I have with these folks. And, I'm not going to name names, but a lot of them will say this, talk the same thing about Pointer being disappointing and Cooch being disappointing. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious to everyone. We watch the games, we see them out there on the ice. They're just non-factors. And it's tough to watch. But if we think we're going to just go ship these guys out and get a king's ransom in return, I don't know if that's the case.
The other thing too you have to worry about is a lot of these guys, most of these guys, I think maybe all of these guys, they got no move clauses.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Everybody wants like significant change. And listen, I would welcome change. When you have 4 first-round exits in a row, and granted, the teams you're playing in the first round is not the traditional, first-round matchups you see in the NHL, and it's ridiculous, and we can say that all you want. But the Lightning have gotten outplayed in 3 of the last 4 first-round exits they've played in. The only one that they actually outplayed the team that they lost to was Toronto
yeah.
In 23. They were not close to Florida in 24. They were not close in 25. And this one,
I think they were closer.
They were closer.
Yeah.
And this one, again, while it went 7 and it was 16-15 in goals, I gave you the numbers earlier of how much they were trailing in this series and how they never had control of the game and they were chasing it. Like, I think Montreal, everybody that watched this series, no one's going to tell you the Lightning were the better team in the series. Nobody's going to tell you that.
I agree.
And that's the other thing, too.
They were the better team last night, but it's a 7-game series.
I think the Eastern Conference had been dominated by Tampa, Boston, Florida, and Carolina. And I guess you maybe throw Toronto in there, even though they weren't much of a factor in the playoffs. Like, those were the teams dominating, and it felt like nobody else had a chance, really. Well, Montreal's here. Buffalo's here. Like, there's new blood now.
Yeah.
It's a new wave, and they're younger.
Yeah.
And they're hungrier.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, I almost feel like I sit here today, and I have a hard time believing that the Lightning are still, if their window is there, it's very small right now. And it's hard for me to have, like, what am I supposed to think if everything stays the same, which I have a feeling it's probably going to because of the situation they're in.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to buy in completely based on what I've seen recently? How am I supposed to do that?
It's tough.
It's very difficult to do.
No, it's tough. And you look at Pittsburgh and, you don't want to be Pittsburgh. You don't want to win a couple cups. What was it? 17, 18,
16, 17,
16, 17.
And they went, 7 years without winning a playoff series?
Yeah.
But they still didn't win a playoff series.
Yeah.
They lost to Philly.
Yeah. You don't want to be that team.
No.
Now, people say, well, I also don't want to be out of the playoffs. Would you rather keep going back and losing in the first and second round for 10 years and keeping the core together? Or would you like to try to make a move to get dramatically better? Listen, like we mentioned, Stu, great find. Radish, great find. Dominic James, future player. Peltier's on the way. O'Reilly. All these, like, we add these guys to this mix. Does that get it done? We're getting younger. We're just getting younger on the lower lines. Mix them in.
You're getting younger, but you're simultaneously getting older.
Yeah.
At the key positions. And listen, honestly, after the 2 first-round exits, whether it was 2 in a row, Toronto and Florida, after 24, that offseason was the offseason of change. They let Stamkos go. They brought in Jake Gensel. They traded Sergachev and brought in Moser. And we would say
all great moves.
And we would say those things made the Lightning better.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it hasn't yielded anything differently.
That's true.
So at some point, it's like you have what you have. You have a roster of a lot of guys who are expensive and a lot of guys who are older, and they're just not getting it done.
Mm-hmm. Buck Spaceman says, what do you think of the USA chants during the game? For me, I would have preferred a Let's Go Lightning chant or something, especially when over 90% of the roster is not from the USA.
Were they chanting that yesterday?
A little bit. It's sprinkled in here, there, and there. I'm fine with it. You want to root for your country or against Canada? That's fine. In a playful way. I mean, that's fine. There were way more Let's Go Bolts chants than there were USA, so it's fine. Although, listen, the Canadian fans are insufferable. You guys are insufferable. I mean, judging from the tweets after this series, you would think you guys actually have done shit since 1994, and you haven't. We gave you 1 year when we came into the league. 1 year we gave you. Our first year said you can win the cup. After that, squadouche. Since we came into the league, you got nothing. So all you Montreal fans out there that are crowing like you've actually done something, you won the first round. Congratulations. Let's see what else you do. I don't want to speak poorly of Marty because I think Marty's doing a great job. And hey, I like this young Montreal team. But your fans, you guys suck. Kucherov was right. So there's that. Alejandro says, good morning, JP and the Petermans. I will say this at the end of the day, even though we lost, the Lightning are still a good team. They fought hard till the end, which is what you want for your team. God, I love your positivity.
No, I'm reading all of your comments, Alejandro, and you're a better
human. He's so much better than us.
Than I am. Now, first of all, I tell you this, if we were doing this show last night after the game, I mean, I might have been dropping F-bombs. Yeah. Like I was ranting to Case in the car, and she's telling me, she's like, you're going to wake up the baby. If you keep talking about this, you got to stop. And I was like, all right, fine. So this is a tempered version, actually, of how I truly feel.
Well, the pre-post-game show before we went on the air was, I had to take we all had to take some deep breaths. And it's not because it's anything against the organization. It's just we care.
I'm just sick.
Freaking care.
I'm just sick and tired of it. Like, playoff hockey is one of the best things that sports gives us. And yeah, were we spoiled by the fact that we got to see this team go on 3 deep runs and everything? And those were some of the times of my life.
Oh my God,
and I was
so good.
And I was right there with you for all of it, where we were doing shows all over the Tampa Bay area and going to all the watch parties, and it was like the team of the summer. Like, it was so much fun.
Awesome.
It's been 4 years where we my entire marriage. I've been married for I told Casey yesterday. She tells me, she's like, "Are we the problem? Do we need to change something?"
Absolutely.
I'm like, maybe we do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hire a lawyer.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know, but it sucks. It absolutely sucks that we're done in May.
We're hurting so bad because we love this. We're addicted to it. I was just sitting there last night, just taking it all in. Just the moment right before the game and the national anthem, the place is packed and hype videos.
Sonia let out
and we're all singing.
We've never done that.
But it was awesome. I'm just like so filled with pride. I'm like, I love this stuff, like injecting into my veins.
Yeah.
And then and that's why you just care so much. You want to win because it's so much fun most of our lives, let's just be honest, are full of empty frustrations. And if we can have 3 hours where we can watch this and enjoy it and root for our team, good God, it's a great escape, right? And it's just, we love it so much. And that's why we hate it when we lose. And I love it that our fans are mad and they're pissed off because they care. They care. But I still think this is a tremendous organization. We will figure it out. There's a lot of great assets here, and but maybe there's some changes that need to be made. I think without question there are definitely changes that need to be made. And again, I don't have enough information to sit here and say trade this guy, trade that guy, get rid of this guy. I just. And
it's going to be a long time before it. Like, that's the other thing too. Like, when you go out in the first round, you got a lot of time to stew on it. You got a lot of time to sit there and evaluate what you want to do, because it's none of this stuff's going to happen until July.
Yeah. And also it's just, there are no guarantees to any of it. Anything you do, especially if you make ground shaking trades or whatever, it comes with a risk. You have been the gold standard for this league for the past 13 years. And you don't, it's very hard. You like, yeah, I mean, I can have, our floor is so high.
Yeah.
The floor on this team is so high, but the ceiling feels like it's coming down lower and lower and lower.
And then you're not the only franchise in the league that's sort of in a similar spot. I almost feel like the Western Conference version of this is Dallas. Yeah. They're like, it's kind of like, to me, it's like both teams with loaded rosters.
Yep.
Both teams, tremendous regular seasons, don't look like they have a weakness. And they fell into the same thing the Lightning did this year, where they go home with a first round exit. But the difference is, at least the Lightning got their cups.
Yeah.
And so as a fan, you're able to at least take pride in that. Like, hey, we actually got it. That team hasn't even done it yet.
Yeah.
Or even like Carolina.
Yeah.
Who, if they don't win it this year, or at least they don't get to the Stanley Cup, if you're Carolina, you're looking around going, is it ever going to happen?
Right.
So like,
that's why it's the hardest trophy to win.
It's the hardest trophy to win. But that just tells you, like, there are a couple worse spots to be in. And the Lightning still, when you look back on this era, whenever it is 5-10 years from now, you're going to say, wow, what a run. But at the same time, we're living in the moment, and we can't stand this feeling right now of 4 straight years.
It hurts. All right, we got a lot more comments to get to. We'll do that when we come back. We're also going to hit the Rays. A great weekend for them. Is something special brewing with this Rays team? Kind of get that feeling. You got to get that feeling. There's a lot of interesting things to talk about here with this, because we got a pretty good sample size now of this team.
We're in May now.
Yeah, and this ain't the first month. So we're this is an interesting sample size. And what does it mean? We're going to talk about it when we come back. We're brought to you by the great folks at pitchroofing.com. Pitchroofing.com is where you need to go to set up your free visit. They will come out to your house. They will check out your roof and tell you, hey, looks like you got 4 or 5 years, maybe 8 years left in this, or damn, you need a new roof now, or there's some damage up there. We could probably do this. But what they're going to do is they're going to educate you about your roof, educate you about the process with insurance and everything else. And then you're going to meet them and know these are guys I can trust. This is a company I can trust. A company that stands behind their work is going to be there to honor the warranty that they give us. So many of these companies are not. They just change on the fly all the time. Roofing.com. Get it done. Get to know them. If a hurricane hits, you'll already know who your roofer is. So pitchroofing.com. Check them out. And they got the best jingles. Back in 3 with your comments. Eric Erlendsson coming up top of the hour. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Here as we roll on, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. They had a packed house watching the Lightning game last night, Game 7. Why? Because they have the best food in town for all the sports bars, because they really care It's not all this prepackaged Cisco stuff that comes in the back door. No, it's all fresh food, no freezers, except for the ice cream. Everything is handmade. The sauces are handmade. That blue cheese you put on your wings, the ranch, all of it handmade. The prime rib just baked to perfection. And then the prime rib sandwiches, the tacos, everything. It's fantastic. And they got the best staff in the business. People actually care. They should have a good time. Yeah, it's Riveters. Go see them over there. Tell them JP sent you, just south of the stadium on Dale Mabry, just north of 275. Riveters, best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay. We love them. All right. I'm going to, while we're on the Lightning, I want to get back to your fantastic comments. Some of them. Some of them aren't so good, but we love you anyway. Rick is in this morning, says, I guess the fans lost another first-round playoff series. It's time to clean house and get new fans, I guess. Then maybe Cooch and Point can finally score. You wise ass, Rick. No, it's not the fans' fault. The fans have been really good. Listen, is it to the level of Montreal hysteria? No, it's not. No, it's not. And then again, we haven't had a team for 150 years. And we've actually won cups and been to the playoffs almost every single year. Their fans are hungry, and maybe their players are a little bit more hungry too. That's just human nature. Listen, I can't. Would we love it to be louder and everybody stand all the time? Sure. That's just not the way it is, though. And I get it. I mean, at some point, you got to give them something to cheer for. And these fans have spent a shit ton of money and not seen a lot of wins. So, yeah, is what it is. Andre Alday said, I told you all that the Lightning will be gone fishing, but nobody believed me. Oh, well. Well, Andre, I don't think anybody was saying, oh, this is going to be an easy series. And I don't remember anybody on this show saying that. We hoped they would win. I thought they would win this series.
No, I mean, in hindsight, do you wish that you didn't collapse after the Olympic break and you got to be in Carolina's shoes? Sure. But what are you going to do? You were going to have to play these teams at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to get hung up on the seeding and stuff. It just is what it is. Whether you go out in the first round or the second round, sure, I guess there's a level of, hey, we were better. I think, listen, if anybody thinks these four first round exits were because this was a team that barely squeaked into the playoffs and didn't deserve to be there, I mean, you're not paying attention at all. That's not the case. Every one of these years, the Lightning have been almost every single year over 100 points, I think. Yeah. I'm not mistaken. And I realize the playoffs are different. I told it, well, and we know that better than you Canadian fans because we've actually won cups in the last 25 years. How long has it been? What is the math
94? What is that, 31 years?
No, it's a long time. It's a long time. Long time for a fan base that's so cocky. Been a long time. Been a long
it's
time.
Like the Yankees that they tell you they have 24 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
The Yankees can say they have 27 World Series.
What else we got here? Alejandro says the Lightning will make moves and we will be back in the playoffs next season, and the Lightning are still going to be good. Again, it was close series against the Canadians, at least no blowouts. Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I think I would have rather just. I mean, I appreciate that they went down swinging yesterday, but the way that it felt after, it's like I almost feel like losing 4-0. I would have been like, I feel like I would have taken that easier than what I saw last night.
Yeah.
Last night was just excruciating.
Again, it's like that desperation that we played with last night. Where was that for 7 games? That's the thing. When we were winning cups, that started in game 1, puck drop 1. In this game, it felt like it started only when they were down. Only when their backs were against the wall. And then you keep playing that game, eventually someone's going to knock a puck off the back of your goalie and go in, and you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened.
And by the way, as much as that is a terrible bounce, it's an outstanding play by Newhook. Mm-hmm. We can't overlook that. Like, that wasn't like he knew what he was doing.
Absolutely.
And he executed it perfully.
He was getting a puck on net when he had the opportunity to.
Yeah. You can now the
Lightning should try that.
The first goal that just, plays pinball, off 3 different skates and eventually off Moser and in is what it is.
Yeah.
But
also,
there was some skill to the Newhook goal.
But in even that goal, first goal, the guy who shoots it from the point, there's nobody within 20 feet of him.
No, there wasn't.
Easy to get it through. Danny Boy said it's time to really have a serious conversation on the future of JBB. And yes, as painful as it is for me to say, John Cooper. Doug Ostrover takes over next October. There will be changes, 2027.
Let me say it like this, and I think you would agree with me, JP. John Cooper is leaving this franchise when he tells the franchise that he's had enough.
That's right.
I don't care who the owner is. John Cooper is leaving when he decides he wants to leave.
Who are you going to go get?
Who are you going to go get? And by the way,
what retread are you going to go get?
And I'm not going to say that John Cooper, like, did Marty St. Louis out-coach him in this series? Yeah, he did. It's fair to say. Is there some things that Coop would like? Is there some things that I question, like, eventually, like, starting out so slow like they do, first period issues.
Having Sabrin out there late in the game.
Like,
what was that game?
Those are things that I look at Coop and I'm like, okay, are we not doing a good enough? Like, how are we not getting the guys, ready to go? But also as a player, like, should you need that extra motivation to be ready to go?
I think that leadership comes from the room.
That's got to come from the room, I think. And I think Coop's that's kind of been his style, was the room has got to police it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what I looked at. I'm wondering where the accountability is. And when I talked about Kucherov earlier and how he had a bad attitude at times, and when he gives away a puck, rather than getting back, and trying to, get back and try to go back on the back check and stuff, he just looks at the ceiling and he just is like very slowly moving to get back into the play. Like, those are things like, I feel like Stamkos, when he was here,
game 67,
really
that's okay.
Yeah, I feel like when Stamkos was here, he did a really good job of sort of like getting through to him. Who's getting through to him?
That's the point.
Right.
That's the point I made on Friday. That's the point I made. JSA13 said, rough weekend. Lightning and Magic both lose winnable series. Anyone have some good news? Yeah, the Rays.
So about that Bucks draft class, man.
Yeah.
But the Rays, yeah.
Alejandro says, even if we won yesterday against the Canadians, I really find it hard to seeing us get past Buffalo. The Sabres look really hungry, and they might go all the way since they blew out the Bruins. I'm interested to see how Montreal does. I really am, and I'll be watching that series. All right, we're going to get to the Rays here in a little bit. In fact, since Eric's coming on at 11, let me table some of these Lightning comments. We'll get to them later in the show, but I want to get to the Rays. A great weekend for the Rays. Their starting pitching has gone 10 games in a row with 2 or fewer runs.
It's pretty good.
That's freaking unbelievable.
They've given up 13 runs in their last 10 games.
How about that?
They've won 9 of 10.
How about
13 runs.
Pitching and defense kind of works, huh?
Yeah, it's been the recipe, has it not? For the entire time they've been on top.
And every time Aranda gets a hit, which isn't a lot lately, it's a big hit.
Big hit.
Yeah, I guess yesterday he had 4 hits yesterday, had the game winner. By the way, I'm sitting down there second period, just chatting with some fans, and who walks by me? Chandler Simpson.
Oh.
I said, Chandler, my man. I said, hey, big fan. One of the Lightning broadcasters here. Also have our show. We'd love to have you on. He's like, yeah, man, anytime. I'll come on.
My boy.
Yeah, we love him.
Love the whole team. They were all there yesterday.
Yeah.
20 guys in the
20
box.
guys came over.
Junior had the jersey going.
Junior was there, who had the big slide yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what it is about the fact that the Rays, like, it felt like they just had like an order from somewhere not to bunt. And it's like this year they're making up for it, and they're doing it like 3 times the rate that they've ever done it before. But yesterday, it's like in that situation, Junior's on third. Ryan Valade, your cleanup hitter, comes up, and he just lays down a nice, perfect bunt. And look at Junior just get his ass going down the line, his big ass moving down the line.
Big slide, head first.
And then he's just like, like that guy is just, we've talked about it on here, like who has more fun playing ball than him?
Love him.
No, the answer is nobody. And I love that because we've been saying, we said it last week, Junior's probably had his B minus season so far, which has still been pretty good, but there's still another level he can get to. But look at him contributing in different ways. That even Saturday, he's beating out ground balls.
Oh,
he's going from first to third.
Unbelievable.
Like Junior's doing it all right now.
Yeah.
And his energy is
so
fantastic.
is Aranda.
Yes.
Aranda gets the walk-off hit. They have Chandler on second base in the 10th inning, and all they need is a run. I mean, it's over. So that was fantastic. And, just the way they're playing with the small ball and executing it. You got to zig when everybody else is zagging. That's always been the Rays way. and everybody is kind of caught up on some of the stuff they're doing. So what have they done now? They've gone back to playing a little small ball, and it's obvious that the teams are just not prepared to prevent it.
No,
they're just not. It's not something that the league has stopped doing it. So teams probably stopped working on defending bunt plays, but they better get their ass straight when it comes to the Rays, because they're doing it.
It's the Rays have a lot of speed in their lineup all of a sudden. It's the pressure that you're able to put on these guys. Like even Saturday, Chandler put down a bunt, and it wasn't a great bunt necessarily, but it goes right to Matt Chapman, who's probably the best defensive third baseman in the entire league. But guess what? It's Chandler Simpson running down the line. So what happens? He makes a mistake.
Yeah.
He's unable to pick the ball up, and you got a guy on, and that led to a 2-run inning for the Rays. So they're putting a lot of pressure on teams. Now, the pitching is what has been the story, obviously, for the last 2 weeks or so, because, I mean, if we're being honest, like the Rays are doing the small ball and they're getting the timely hits and doing what they can. But the lineup, I would say, in general, has gone cold. I think that's fair to say. Like even Chandler, like since he's moved up to the leadoff spot. I got to be honest, as someone who called for it, I'm not going to say that Chandler has been as effective.
He's hitting
in that role so
300.
far. He's still hitting over 300, but since he's gone up to the leadoff spot, I think he's hitting like 250. So
I'm okay with that. Keep him there. He'll learn.
A little down, but like there's some guys like Cedric Mullins. I've been waiting for his bat to come around, and
he's got to go.
I don't see it.
It's not happening.
I don't see it. You know, Walls is doing Walls, just popping up and just hit fly balls, which is just not his game. You know, the catchers have come back down to earth. Like there are some spots in this lineup, especially when Yandy wasn't in the lineup, where it's just like, hey, Junior, hey, Jonathan.
It wasn't no Yandy Saturday, Sunday, and they still won.
Yeah, they still finding ways to win.
Because the Giants can't hit.
They're still finding ways to win. It's just something you're looking at going forward. If you know, I think the lineup has got to get going a little bit more, because you're not gonna pitch the way they have.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We got a lot more Rays for you. We'll get to your Lightning comments, too. We're going to talk some Magic, too. A lot of you are talking about the Magic in the comments, so we're going to get to that as well. What an epic freaking choke by the Magic. And by the way, Jamal Mosley out this morning. That was a layup as far as that firing goes. You can't lose a game up 28 in your own building, game 6. No way. So we'll talk some Magic as well. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Italiano Insurance. Folks, this is old school customer service. I know you probably like, what is that? Yeah, a human being actually answers the phone, talks to you, and takes care of your needs. Yeah, they used to do it all the time, but they still do it at Italiano Insurance. They've been in business over 60 years, and they're not changing the way they do business. You give them a call, they're going to answer and help you and shop all their different companies that they represent and find the best one for you. Hopefully saving you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. They've been doing it for me for 20 years, and so many of the listeners here at the JP Peterson Show, they've been a longtime advertiser. We appreciate them, and they get the job done. 813-877-7799. They also have a Boca Grande office as well. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the folks at Genesis of Tampa. Genesis of Tampa, new dealership. They've just been around for about 6 to 8 months. They finally got their deal done here in Tampa, and they are killing it. And the other Genesis dealers are not happy because they're making deals. If you're in the market for one of these great cars, these great luxury cars, they just got a GV70. It's absolutely fantastic. Got a 2023. Feels absolutely brand spanking new. They are making deals. They're giving lots of money for your trade. So get your butt in there and get a new car or a used car. They will find you something, put you in it, and make a great deal. GenesisofTampa.com. Tell them JP sent you. All right, let's talk some more Lightning with the man that's been covering this team for over 25 years, I believe. LightningInsider.com. He is the great Eric Erlendsson. Also used to coach the man to my right here in soccer. Said he was one of the best defenders he's ever played.
Oh, I don't know. Defender is interesting. That's interesting.
It was just a
could he have stopped that last goal? How are you, Double E's? Good to have a chuckle here before we get started with this remorseful breakdown of Game 7. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Still, I think like a lot of people, I'm still stunned after what I witnessed last night. It's never seen anything like it. Not in the regular season, not in a playoff game. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I have yet to. I didn't read your column yet this morning because I wanted to have my own fresh, organic thoughts and not parrot yours since you were coming on the show anyway. So the floor is yours, my friend. What is your take on last night's game? I've put my frustrations out there. Now it's your turn.
It's truly hard to explain how a team can play any better than they did and lose. Like that's why it's so stunning. And that's exactly what everything was coming out of the locker room last night. Like, Ryan McDonough, there are no words. Right? Like it's hard to just kind of wrap your head around that and this is such a fine line in the NHL. Like if they get the opportunity to win this series, everybody's like, oh man, they're back, this is a long run, and then they play like that and they can't win. Like that was the team that we saw that went 19-1-1.
Yep.
Right? That was that team. I think a lot in Game 6 was that way too. Early in the series, they could have been better. There's no doubt about it. But to give up 9 shots on goal, you hold a team not only 0 shots on goal in the second period, just 5 attempts, and that was with 2 Montreal power plays. and you can't find a way. I mean, look, give some credit to Jakub Dobeš. I think he was good. I don't think he was great last night, but he was good. But with all that puck possession, you got to score more than one, and it was a power play goal. Like, you didn't even score 5-on-5 with all that puck possession and the pressure that you put on Montreal. And, and I thought that the game last night, too, Montreal's very good at blocking shots. They led the league in block shots. They're very good with their sticks. Marty had them really collapsing low and protecting the middle areas of the ice, especially with, the Lightning's penchant for getting to those. They were one of the best teams in the league at getting to the slot area, right? So Montreal defended well, but I still can't believe they lost that game 2-1, and their season's over. Like, it's just a stunning end to what we all felt was going to be the year they finally, Florida wasn't around, they weren't going to run into the Panthers, and they still end up at the same place that they have the past 4 seasons, and that's home after the first round. It's stunned. I'm still stunned. It's gonna take a while, I think, for a lot of people to get over that loss.
Where do you put the blame for not scoring? 15 goals in 7 games is not going to get it done. Even though I know you only gave up 16, at times, and I said this on the post-game show last night, well, I'm sitting there watching the series saying, where's the scoring going to come from? Like, can you imagine that? I'm talking about a Tampa Bay Lightning team that was second or third in the league in scoring this year, consistently one of the highest scoring teams in the past 13 years. And I'm sitting there going, boy, I hope Dominic James scores tonight, because who else is going to score? I hope Gage Gonsalves comes up with some magic, because I don't know where it's going to come from. Did you get that sense at all?
Not really. Just because of, again, how good Montreal's defensively. Because, what do we talk about a lot in hockey? Well, the top lines cancel each other out. Top lines cancel each other out in this series, right? Yeah. Look, Kucherov had to have a better series. There's no doubt about it. Braden Point, I felt, was invisible too often in this series, right? They both had the 1 goal.
Yeah.
And look, Kucher's was an important goal, right? It was a tying goal, third period of game 2, allowed them to get that game to overtime and win it. But you at some point, your best players do have to be your best players, right? Anthony Cirelli, as great as he did, checking against Nick Suzuki, didn't have a goal in the series, right? Those are 3 of your top forwards, right? Brandon Hagel obviously was great. He can't score every game, even though it felt like he was going to. Jay Gensel had a couple of goals, and I think he had 7 or 8 points in the series.
Yeah.
It was Montreal's depth that ended up being the difference, which you felt the Lightning probably had the advantage in the depth scoring.
Going in.
Right?
Yeah.
And yet Kirby Dach had a couple of goals. Josh Anderson had a couple of goals. You got a couple goals from Dominic James, right? You did get the big goal from Gage Gonsalves in Game 6.
Yeah.
So, we always want to place blame. That was a series. That was an epic series. And it came down to a coin flip. and the Lightning came out on the wrong end. They needed to score more, but let's give some credit to Montreal. They had a game plan to defend Tampa Bay, and they did it. But sometimes you do need to break through and find a way. You have to find a way. That's just the bottom line. Your top players need to find a way. Your bottom players need to find a way. When you have a series like this, you just need to find a way, and they didn't find a way.
And I guess as you wrap your head around it and you move forward, and everybody today, and I know it's it's within 12 hours or whatever, the end of the game. So everybody's emotional, and including myself. I had immediate thoughts after yesterday where I was like, I'm done with all this. I'm sick of it. And I could have been like, all right, keep these players and all these guys. I don't care. But you have to step back and look at the situation. And I guess, 2 years ago, it was a very pivotal time, and they brought in Gensel. They made the Moser trade. And I think we would agree the Lightning have been better off since that. But at the same time, it hasn't yielded, the end result that you're looking for. And you got a lot of guys that are already under contract, no move clauses, things like that. It's like, realistically, as it relates to going forward, is this probably a tinker job that you think more so than making a big swing?
Yeah. This team is still built to win. And, of course, so many people are like, tear it down. We got to start over. You don't want that.
No.
Buffalo did that for 14 years. You
Right.
don't want that. And that's Buffalo, right? This is a completely different market than Buffalo. Everybody says, hey, get younger. Well, it doesn't work that way. Especially when you look at the contracts that they have, right? And, Point still has a no-move clause, and Kuch has a modified no-trade clause. He has one more year. He's entering the last year of his contract. So there are a lot of things to consider, but because this is the other thing. So this team has not had a first round, one first round draft pick really since 2014, 15, whenever they started being a top team in the league. So they don't have the opportunities to draft a Cole Caulfield, to draft a Uri Slavkovsky first overall. To do a rebuild, you need to hit the lottery, right? Buffalo tried that.
Yeah.
And they screwed up Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel's a terrific player, and they screwed up because they got him second. They didn't get Connor McDavid. And it's completely set that franchise back for a number of years. So you need to hit a home run, and that's not a guarantee. But they have a Connor Geekie, right, who was part of the Mikhail Sergachev trade and brought in J.J. Moser. It's going to be a big year for Geekie next year. You have Sam O'Reilly, the kid they picked up from Edmonton and the Isaac Howard trade. He's having a terrific year. Kitchener is in the OHL finals, and they're one step away from the Memorial Cup final as well. O'Reilly's got 14 goals. He's a 200-foot player. He's probably turning pro next year, right? So he's going to enter the organization. They haven't had a player like him in their system for a while. It's unfortunate Syracuse got knocked out last night. They lost a triple overtime game to Cleveland and lost that series 3-1 in best of 5, right? But you have a Dylan Duke, who's a 30-goal scorer down there, who's on the cusp, right? His skating just needs to get a little bit better, and he's going to be a guy who can contribute. They put an investment in Jacob Pelletier, who led the AHL in scoring this year, a reclamation project, former first-round draft pick. So they have some players in the system that maybe they could give opportunities to, similar to a Gage Gonsalves, right? And Dominic James. For an organization that doesn't have first-round draft picks, he plays like one, right?
Yeah,
they got him for nothing. He wasn't even on the team to start training camp. He wasn't even on the roster, right? He signed 2 days into training camp and ended up being a big part of this team. And so you like that.
Plus,
this team is still built to win.
And Radish.
Yeah, and we'll see where Radish ends up, right? That's the big question mark for this offseason is what are they going to do with Darren Radish? But this team is built to win, and they have the potential for supporting cast to come up. But you need your big guys. You need to have them. They need to step up in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. Kucherov, 1 goal in the past, 18, 19 playoff games, right? He's got 0 points in 5 career Game 7s, right? That's not a guy who's for all the success he's had, and he's had a ton of playoff success. But,
Yeah.
It is a what have you done for me lately situation, and he hasn't produced. Braden Point hasn't produced to the level. I mean, this is a former 50-goal scorer. Now I think he's dealing with some injuries. We'll find out when they have their exit injuries. But I think Point has been playing injured all year. So like it's easy to say burn it down, get younger. We got to do all this. Man, winning in the NHL is hard.
Yeah.
We are spoiled in this market because of the success they've had in the past decade plus. I mean, Minnesota just ended a stretch of 9 consecutive first-round exits. Right? And think about that. 9 consecutive first-round exits. And they've had some pretty decent teams.
Yeah.
Right? And this division, this Atlantic division, is getting deeper and stronger. We just saw Montreal when they were young core players who were locked into contracts. Buffalo took that step. We finally figured they would with all the draft picks they've had through the years. And they screwed some of those up, right? They traded JJ Peterka, this past offseason. Florida's probably going to be back, right? They had an off year because of the injuries and the loss of Barkov. Ottawa is right there. Detroit was a 95-point team that didn't make the playoffs. Like, this is a tough division, and they found a way to finish second in it. So I think that I don't see massive changes. I think everything's going to tell you that this was a good team that just ran into another good team that matched them in points. And it's when you get the number 5, the number 6 team in the conference or in the league standings matched up against each other, you get a series that was 99% of the time tied or within 1 goal of each other. It's the second series in playoff history since this stuff has been recorded that the scores have been that close for the entire series. It's crazy.
Eric Erlendsson joining us here at lightninginsider.com. I also said that the level of desperation that I saw this team play at in Game 6 and Game 7 was different than what I saw in the rest of the series. Is it fair to say that they didn't bring the intensity necessary from the first puck drop of Game 1 in this series? Because the team I saw last night would not have lost 4 games to the Canadiens. Is it fair to expect that, or is it just you can't get up like that every single game?
In the playoffs, you should, right? Because it's the playoffs. And one game, as we know, can be the difference between going home. Mm-hmm. And, I think the one that would stick with me would be Game 5. Yeah. Right? You found a way to get the series tied up in Montreal. You come back home, and that wasn't a good effort. That wasn't a good showing. I hate using the word effort. It wasn't a good showing, right? They were pretty fortunate to have that game tied in the third period, and it was a bad goal by Vazzy, something we don't say very often. That ended up being the game winner in that one. So that was the game that if they'd have played anything like Game 6 and 7 in Game 5, we're talking about a matchup against Buffalo right now. So
and whose fault is that? Is that lack of leadership? What is that?
I don't know. It's we can talk about the coaches and everything else. I mean, it ultimately comes down to the players.
Exactly. And that when I say lack of leadership, thing. I say that's in the room.
It's a collective thing. Because sometimes, like early in a series, you're still maybe trying to get a feel for the opponent. Like I remember a conversation I had with Brad Richards after the Lightning lost to the Blackhawks in 2015 in the Cup, and Brad Richards was a part of that team. And if you look at Joe Quenneville's record through his career, he said by Game 3, they kind of knew how the Lightning were going to play and how they wanted to counter that, right? And Quenneville's record is unbelievable in Games 4 through 6 because of that. So early in the series, it's always kind of all right, what are we feeling here? Well, what are we looking for? What are the tendencies that maybe we didn't see during the regular season that they're doing now? So you kind of get all that out of the way. So, but that's why I think Game 5 was the disappointing one. Because that's the game on home ice. That's a swing game. Game 5's in the tied series is the biggest swing game of the series. And, the Lightning found a way to get back into it and probably should have won the series based on the way they played the last 2 games. But when you leave it up to chance, when you don't put in the right type of showing at a certain point in a series, you make it – look, let's face it, since the Olympic break, they were chasing games. And it was no different in this series. They only scored the opening goal. Well, I guess technically twice, but really just once. So they were chasing the game, and they ended up chasing the series. At some point, you start chasing, the rabbit gets away.
Yeah,
and
it's
to me, it was
it's
Game
tiring
5.
for an older
hard.
team.
It's hard.
It's really difficult.
I know that was like one of the things I said earlier. It feels like when you watch these playoff games and when you're the road team, they always tell you that, you got to weather the storm early on, that first 5 minutes, that first 10 minutes. And I think the first 3 home games, I don't think Montreal had to weather any storm necessary from the Lightning. And I thought last night was the first game in the series where I felt like the crowd was super into it, number one, and was ready to go. And I felt like the players fed off of it. And I actually thought earlier too, like Montreal wasn't exactly going in with the intensity level as they were before in the forecheck and things like that. It was actually the Lightning who had it flipped on them. But you still got to find a way to score a goal, don't you, in that first period? Like the bounce, what it was at the end, still ends 1-0 and you lose the period. And like you said, you're chasing the game. Like that's the thing that's hard for me to wrap my head around is the slow starts that just plagued them for the last, 2 months of the season?
Yeah, since the Olympic break. Like I don't know that home ice means anything in the NHL anymore. I don't. Like you look at the record of recent play, and players will even tell you they want to start on the road, right? Because it's almost easier to play because there's not that pressure. There's almost more pressure on the home team, and I don't think today's athletes are different too, right? Like they've been through all this by the time they even get here. Yeah, they haven't done it at the NHL level, but they've had environments like that. They've had situations to where, you have to go in and a hostile crowd. But this isn't the 70s. This isn't, teams going into the Spectrum and they're already down 1-0 before they even drop the puck. Right? So I don't know if home ice and the weathering the storm stuff, like I get it, like it's the home crowd is frenzied. But it was in Montreal too. Lightning weren't fazed by it, right? That was as incredible an environment as you will ever see in the National Hockey League as a playoff game in Montreal. But it's not intimidating, right? It's a great atmosphere. I don't think it gave a boost to Montreal, right? Because the Lightning are a good team. They went out and played. Even Buffalo. Look at how frenzied up the Buffalo Sabres were to have their first playoff game in 14 years. And they trailed Boston for 53 minutes. Now, talking to some people who were there, once Tage Thompson scored that first goal, man, the crowd did whip into a frenzy, and the Sabres did feed off that a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? But even that environment didn't give the Sabres a boost to start that series. Right? So, like the home stuff I don't think matters as much as it did. And certainly we've seen that the last couple of years just with this team. They were terrific at home last year, lost all 3 games with the Panthers. Didn't matter.
Yep.
They were terrific at home this year, lost 3 of the 4 games. It didn't matter. The Boston Bruins were just about the best home team in the National Hockey League this year. They lost all 3 games to Buffalo at home. Like it's just, I don't think the home ice advantage has as much of a factor in today's game, right? I think the teams are so evenly matched. Even when you're talking 1-8, I think the teams are so evenly matched that I don't think there's any advantage whether you're home or away, especially in this series.
Yeah.
These teams were so evenly matched that, it was just going to come down to who executed the play at a certain time in the game. Because every game-winning goal in this series was either scored in the third period or overtime. It's still crazy to me to think that this series was this close.
All right, Eric, before you go, I know this is probably, we'll be talking about this all off season, but just kind of an overview. If there were changes to be made I know Cooch has a limited no move clause. I think there's a bunch of players that do. It's as you said earlier, it's not as easy as like, oh, let's go trade Cooch for Connor McDavid and call it a day. It's a little bit more, but I mean, there still is that out there. There's lots of chatter about McDavid wanting to leave Edmonton. He's clearly had a lot of fun, great things to say about John Cooper in Tampa Bay. We're not gonna miss that. And I don't know if the Cooch thing is. I know a lot of fans are certainly frustrated in watching him play in the playoffs, but I'm not putting all this at his feet. Certainly, they win as a team, they lose as a team, but it is incredibly frustrating, I think, for this fan base that's been used to winning cups. What do you think this offseason holds? How easy will it even be to trade out some of these contracts?
Well, the cap's going up.
Yeah.
So teams will have a little bit more cap space than, including the Lightning. Again, I don't see massive changes, right? I do wonder, like, would John Cooper walk away? I don't think so, but you can't rule it out, right? I don't think that, Julian is going to make that change. I think, again, I mean, he might win the Jack Adams this year. I mean, with all the injuries that they had, it's not much of an argument to say this was his best coaching job.
I agree.
Right? With you lost your top 3 defensemen for 6 weeks at the same time, right? And then you didn't have Hedman for most of the season. He didn't play well when he was out there. You lost Sorelli for a significant amount of time. You lost Braden Point for a significant amount of time. You lost Dominic James for a significant amount. I mean, all these injuries they had were significant injuries. And all he did and all his staff did was continue to find ways to win. So I don't know. I don't think Julian would make that change. I think he's happy with the job the coaching staff did. And as far as trading players, anything's possible, right? Wayne Gretzky was traded, right? Anybody can be moved. It's a little bit harder with all the no-move clauses and the no-trade clauses and the cap situations that teams have to work around. But, I mean, it is interesting, the McDavid stuff. Right? You kind of listen to the way he talked and, 2 more years left on his deal. But like when Quinn Hughes was traded, like there was really only one team that had the assets to acquire Quinn Hughes.
That's right.
Right? So do the Lightning have those assets? Probably not. Even if you're talking about Kucherov. Right? But then again, players have say with the clauses that they have. Right? So it's hard for me to think that, they're going to have massive changes in the offseason because every number, every metric, everything is going to tell you this was a good team. This was a really good team who ran into a really good team, right? And look, if Montreal had lost this series, you know what their talk would have been? Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slavkovsky didn't produce anything 5-on-5. Suzuki's goal last night, which, by the way, was going 6 feet wide before it hit J.J. Moser's shin pad and went in, was the only 5-on-5 goal that trio scored. They had the big game in Game 1 for sure, Slavkovsky with a hat trick in the power play. But that would have been the narrative for the Canadians. Our top guys didn't show up, right? So it's the nature of the beast when you lose, that this is what happens. And I just find it, given the way Julian operates, and how calculated he is and how he never lets emotions get into his decisions, I don't see big changes this summer. I see tweaking. I think they need a top 6 forward. They never really found their top 5 are elite, but they never found that 6th guy, right? I think I would like to have known how this series would have played out if Pontus Holmberg was healthy and the chemistry that him, Gord, and Gergensons had. We don't know the answer to that. So, we'll see what they do with Darren Radish. He's obviously going to get a big payday. We'll see if it's here. He would have to kind of take a home team discount if he was going to stay. So we'll see where things go on that negotiation front. But, for Darren, this is as big of a payday as he's ever going to get in his career. Right, and he's definitely could get more on the open market, even with the no tax situation here in Tampa.
Yeah, he needs it.
Yeah. So, a lot to contemplate, a lot to kind of go over. But Julian won't make emotional reactions. He'll make very calculated, researched situations. And, I could see them trying to run it back again next year because look, at the end of the day, as long as you have 88 playing the way 88 plays, he's going to give you a chance. Game 6 proved that.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. All right, Eric, great stuff as always, my friend. Tell everybody how they can get lightninginsider.com, the best Lightning coverage website in the business.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you see the website down there. There are two ways you can sign up. There's a yearly plan for $49.99 and a monthly plan for $5.99 a month. There's still a lot to kind of go over here with exit interviews coming up in the next couple of days. We don't know exactly when they're going to be, but there'll be a lot of stories coming out of that, especially the Hedman situation. We still don't know why he missed, the rest of the season after March. So that'll come out. We'll find out who else was injured. You can't tell me Braden Point wasn't playing injured. Nikita Kucherov probably got banged up, and he missed some time this year due to illness a couple of times. So we'll find out what's going on with that. So still a lot to go on with this team, and looking forward to next year already. Sadly.
All right, Double E's. Appreciate you, my man. We'll catch up soon. Thanks.
All right, be well, boys.
All right. Well, more to chew on there for sure. I think at times like this, you hear a breakdown from Eric there, and he's good at taking the emotion out of it. You and I are not as good when it comes to that. He's a seasoned professional. He's right. It's in the end, this is a really good hockey team, and you keep knocking on the door and maybe add that one piece that can put you over the top.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the core of the group, and I just look at ages, for example, just to see how many years you have left here. And it's Point needs to play better, and he's 30. He's not 35. He's 30.
Yeah, he should be in his
needs
prime.
To play better. Gensel's 31. Hagel's 27. Sorelli's 28. Chernak, I feel like he's older, but he's only 28. Vasilevsky's 31. Moser's 25.
This is your prime.
James is 23. If Radish stays, he's 30. That's the core of the group right there. I mean, the only two that you're looking at and you're okay, a little over the hill is Hedman and McDonough. So it's
and experienced blue liners like that usually play into their late 30s and play well.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it. I know we got to hit a break here, but the other part of it too, it's you did have some unlikely finds this year where you were looking at the Lightning of who are you going to find that's younger and cheaper and things like that, like Destu,
and they found him.
Destu, James. Even Crozier when he was in there.
Geeky, I think is
Geeky. I said I need to see more, but maybe
he's only 20,
I know he's young, but maybe next year's the year. You were able to find some young guys, so that was really important if you're looking for trying to find depth guys who are a little bit cheaper in the situation that they're in. So it wasn't all for bad. This year, but it doesn't hurt. Doesn't change the way you feel today.
No, and that's why it's you take some time, you take a deep breath, and then you look at it and say, where do we need to go? But again, I think there's going to be a real conversation of where's the floor of this team and where's the ceiling? And if you're, this is where organizational philosophy comes into it, right? What does ownership want to do? Because you could sell a lot of playoff tickets and keep going to the playoffs and making good money, with this core. They're going to make the playoffs every single year. There's no question about it. Are they good enough to win another cup? I think there needs to be, it's like Eric said, the cap's going up. They've got some assets now. And some of these younger players, by the way, can be used to go find something else, because they've proven themselves, right? So at the NHL level. So is that something that JBB does and goes and gets a top? I don't want to throw out names, but is there a top 6 guy out there that comes in that is Hagel-esque, that can produce and then bring the fire and the accountability and leadership to this team that may be a little bit lacking? Could be.
Maybe. Honestly, I just want somebody. I want somebody who can win faceoffs.
That'll be good.
I want somebody who can win faceoffs.
That'll be good.
You took Nick Paul out of the lineup in Game 5, and all of a sudden, no faceoffs could be won. And even yesterday,
he was sick.
I know. But even like yesterday at the end of the game, like the Lightning had 6-on-5 for like almost 3 minutes or whatever.
Couldn't win a faceoff.
Couldn't even like give yourself a chance, on
so
6-on-5.
frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah. Because when you have to go recollect it in the back end and then move it in, it's hard to get it in and get it set up. If you can win that faceoff, the pressure's on immediately.
Yeah, and I mean, and it got better in sometimes in the series, but just I guess it's just game 5. I couldn't like unsee that.
That was tough. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side, get to your comments, get into a little bit more Rays talk as well. The Magic, a lot of you are talking about that. We'll look around the league and find some other things as well we want to talk about on this Monday. Bring your comments. You could do that on Facebook. You could do it on YouTube. You could do it on X. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, In addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
This is going to be a Trop summer. Are we now just going to spend the whole summer at the Trop having fun? We might. By the way, your camera's frozen, and the new StreamYard rule is if you have any other window open and you're using StreamYard, it freezes your camera. You did not know that, didn't you?
Wait.
It's not a rule. It's just a tech. It's a glitch.
It's not like a tab, right?
No, it's just a glitch. You just can't. Yeah, if you have another tab open on your computer, it freezes it. Producing on the air is sure what we do.
That's crazy.
The Golden Diamond Source is crazy. You know Mother's Day is coming up? Did you know that? Yes, Mother's Day gift card match.
For the reminder.
$500 gift card match May 6th through May 8th. Purchase up to $500 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $1,000 in spending power. Jewelry to fit every budget. And, of course, they only sell natural diamonds that take hundreds of thousands of years to make, folks. And you don't want a fake diamond because that's not a way to start your relationship. Get a real diamond at the Golden Diamond Source. And for Mother's Day, you can get diamond earrings, diamond pendant. How about a diamond bracelet? $500 Mother's Day gift card match. Purchase up to $500 gift card. They will match it, giving you $1,000 in spending power. It's the best deal in all of Mother's Day shopping. And you don't have to go into the mall and all that craziness. You just drive right up. It's awesome inside. Everything's beautiful and shiny, and they welcome you in. It's like a party over there at the Golden Diamond Source. So head on over there to do your Mother's Day shopping. And we have to spend the money anyway, right? So don't give it to Amazon. No, keep it local here. You'll get a better deal. You'll have more fun. You go out shopping. You'll see other human beings. It's a great experience. It's called shopping at the Golden Diamond Source, and we love it.
Speaking of Tropicana Field, and also speaking of being able to get bang for your buck, which is hard to do these days. Very hard to do these days. Especially when it comes to going to a sporting event. Hey, folks, if you want to go to the Rays game tonight against the Toronto Blue Jays, premier opponent coming in.
Yes.
How about this? I have it pulled up here on the Rays website. If you want to sit,
that's why you're frozen.
If you want to sit, I'm giving you information, so you're going to live with the freeze. If you want to sit in the Baldwin Group Club tonight, which obviously is the all-you-can-eat and drink special, $87.
$87
tonight
in the Baldwin Club.
In the Baldwin Club, if you want to sit behind home plate, and when I say behind home plate, I literally mean like a few rows back. $35 tonight at Tropicana Field
for behind
home plate.
Damn.
How about that?
What about the mate next deck? Sky deck. That, by the way, the beer snake.
Yeah, it's 46-16 tonight.
Nice.
Sky deck.
That's 2 beers. That's 2-3 beers.
Yeah.
So you get all you can drink beer and wine.
And if you don't care where you
and
if you
ballpark food,
and if you just want to get in the building tonight, by the way, you don't want to pay that. You can buy a $10 ticket to sit in the lower mezzanine.
To a team that's won 9 out of 10, red smoking hot.
Yep.
I might go tonight.
Yeah, to see the Rays ace on the mound too. Nick Martinez.
My favorite player from the.
Of course, we've always
when they first signed him, I said he was going to be great.
Yeah, most expensive Ray ever, one of them, and best Ray pickup ever. That's what they always said.
And did we find out the payroll disparity? Because I know people keep saying 85 million. I keep saying 108 million.
Spot Track, it says that your total allotment luxury tax is 108.
108. right? That's the number we always used
Mm-hmm.
when looking at the Rays payroll. So it's the highest in team history at 108. And the new ownership went out and got Nick Martinez for $13 million, which some really smart guy on the radio said was a horrible idea. That'd be me. Boy, was I wrong about that guy. Tito Francona knows his baseball, and he said, you're going to love Nick Martinez. And we did. Absolutely did. We do. We love him. Great weekend at the Trop and big series coming up. We got Toronto and then Baltimore coming in? I believe.
I think it's got to be time to start playing some divisional opponents, right?
Yeah.
So, you got where's it out here? I got the schedule pulled up. Toronto, Boston, and then Toronto again.
Okay.
So,
all right, it's going to get real now.
Yeah, well, Boston stinks, and they're a dumpster fire.
How about that? Well, we just being at the Trop, 72 degrees inside. It's new, it's brighter. That's why they're playing better.
Yeah, and there was some goon from like New York who's like a big guy on Twitter yesterday, and he took a picture of the front. He's like, "Am I walking into the worst stadium in all of professional sports or what?" And he got in there, and his sole goal was walking around and taking photos of the Trop and putting it on Twitter and just putting everybody on blast. And Ray's Twitter did their part and got on to
blasted him.
Yeah, because he made a trip all the way here just to shit on the Trop. Some guy from New York.
We need a new stadium. And by the way, the city meeting has been moved back to City Hall, and it's going to be 5:00 tomorrow. You are going to be able to speak. You have to keep your comments to 3 minutes. So I'm going to be there for sure. I think Big O is going to join me as well. So we will we'll pick a meeting spot. We'll narrow it down tomorrow on the show, but we're definitely going to be there. If you want to meet up with us, Alejandro, and any other of you peeps that want to meet up and go in, we should probably get there by 4:00. There's a park right across from City Hall there that we can meet at. So we'll give you all the information on parking and all that good stuff. But wear your Rays gear. I got my Rays jersey. I'll be ready to rock, and we'll hopefully all get some speaking time. And we are going to step up and let the city commissioners know on certain terms we need to get this deal done. Now, again, as far as the update of the votes goes, I think we're pushing back the votes for a memo of understanding, and there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out, quite frankly. I know there's a lot of talk about property taxes now that are in consideration to be used that weren't previously on the table. And listen, I know Ken Hague, and you can Joshua Wolstall can call him a liar and all these other people. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's lying when the negotiations change. There's a lot of things that are moving targets right now that I think, quite frankly, the Rays need to solidify on. And it's usually these things take a lot longer time. And I understand why the Rays are trying to compress it. And it's not because they're trying to ramrod a bad deal down the throat of the commissioners. I think it's because with construction costs and everything else that's going on in baseball, the labor deals and everything, and it's a political process as well. And obviously Ron DeSantis is a big part of this thing getting done on this particular site with Hillsborough College. And that funding has been appropriated, or I guess will be at the special session May 12th. With Ron DeSantis obviously still in power, he can sway people to get things done. That's the way politics works. And, I still am a huge believer in this plan that you're getting at least $2.8 billion back in tax money over the 30-year period for a $1 billion investment. You're getting a new Hillsborough College, $150 million campus that's going to serve this area for decades to come, and the youth for decades to come. A very important part of this. $8 to $10 billion in private spending that's going to create 40,000 construction jobs and 12,000 full-time jobs. These are all things that are why government should be spending money in public-private partnerships. This is why 10 cities are lined up for Major League Baseball expansion, prepared to build a stadium, spend $2 billion of their own public money to build a stadium, and have another $2.5 billion to acquire the team. There wouldn't be 10 cities lining up to do this if it wasn't a great opportunity that is right here in our lap. And I understand a lot of people they look at it and say, oh, we're giving $1 billion away. No, you're getting much more back as well. And rarely do we spend public money and get anything back. I mean, how much of it is just wasted? At least this, we know what we're getting back. So I'm all for it. It's not, it's not the most perfect deal that we could possibly get, but I think it's a really, really good deal for the people of Tampa Bay. And we're going to show up tomorrow, and we're going to talk about it and let the commissioners know, and get on your email and do that in the next 24 hours as well. All right, what else we got here? John Sterling, may he rest in peace, longtime play-by-play voice of the Yankees, just passed away this morning at the age of 87. Iconic voice of the Yankees. We make fun of him often, but iconic voice, no doubt. What else we got here? JSA13 says, rough weekend, Lightning and Magic both lose winnable series. Anyone have some good news? The Magic. Was that Friday night, game 6?
It was Friday night. That was happening during the epic Lightning game.
Yeah.
I had both on. Both were on.
Which, by the way, we never really got to talk about that incredible game 6 win.
Yeah,
Gage
that
Gonzalez.
was one of the epic hockey games that you'll ever watch. I was absolutely I was pretty drunk during the entire game, which added to it.
I was watching it in bed with my lovely, and we were just going. It was just, I was edging.
Awesome.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
I was at a bar in St. Augustine, and we walked in, and they had soccer on the TV, and we were like, "No, you got to change that right now."
Soccer, get out of here.
They had the MLS on, and I was like, "Not happening."
No,
got the Lightning game on. We had all 8 of us right there sitting at the bar, and it was a beautiful night of hockey. So that was great. But the Magic were going out at the same time, and we were following the Magic on our phone.
A 28-point lead in game 6 at home, and you choke away that.
Oh my gosh. They scored 18 points in the second half and made 4 field goals.
4 field goals.
How is that possible in the NBA?
It's impossible.
How?
That's choke job.
And you knew going into game 7 yesterday against Detroit, like they were not winning that basketball game.
No.
Like you were done. You were mentally defeated.
Wagner being out didn't help. Paulo did all he could. He was fantastic.
Paulo's the only one who gets a helmet sticker for me, or whatever you want to call it in the NBA. He put the team on his back, did everything he could yesterday for the Magic, and nobody else came along for the ride. And Jamal Mosley, we had a feeling was going to get fired, and that happened first thing this morning. He is out as the head coach of the Magic. Had to happen, quite frankly. Thank you for your service. But now the Magic need a head coach, and it might be Mr. Billy Donovan.
And he's going to stay this time.
Hopefully.
He'll actually coach a game?
Yeah.
After having the press conference?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Andre All Day says the historical collapse in game 6 by the Magic, scoring just 19 points in the second half, was the Magic's demise. As a result, they're not going to win game 7. No, they were exactly what you just said. Michael Snizinski, welcome in. First time I'm seeing you. Short and to the point. Kucherov, overrated. Great series, but 1-3 at home. As Hagel said, you don't deserve the win. Where was Cooch? Dominic James was more impactful. I hate this NHL system where 2 106-point teams play in the first round. Why? Because they want good matchups in the first round so people will watch. It's a economic thing. I get it. They want to create rivalries, but I don't like it. But it ain't changing as long as Bettman is the commissioner.
Gary Bettman is out of his mind. That's why.
But again, it's not great, but I think we have bigger fish to fry. No. Those are the rules. Play by them.
Everybody has to play by them. And the Lightning played by them when they were winning.
That's right. Alex Nunn says, I highly suggest the Bulls start by removing that C off Hedman and giving it to Hagel. That would be a start. Much as I love Victor Hedman, we've been talking about that for a while. That's a no-brainer.
Hagel doesn't even wear an A. He doesn't even wear an A.
He's the leader. He's the de facto leader of this team anyway.
Team win as he went.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even the play, my goodness, the play, honestly, it deserves to be talked about. How the play that he made yesterday on Slafkovsky to prevent that empty net goal.
Oh, my God.
I mean, come on, man. Like the Lightning were doing absolutely nothing. Like we said, they couldn't even get set up.
That play will just be forgotten, but it's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen.
He's still just fighting his ass off, man, on the ground, sliding, making plays. I mean, that just personified Brandon Hagel in a nutshell right there. And
then I'm like, oh, they stopped the game, and it's 6.5 seconds left. We got a face off on an icing call, and I'm like, we're going to be talking about this Hagel save for generations to come because we're going to score right here and win the series. And we lost the face off.
I knew they were cooked too, by the way, also, as if it's just you didn't think they were cooked already. But remember when Montreal iced the puck and it hits a damn broken stick?
Oh, my God.
Like you couldn't, but there were so many broken sticks, I feel like, out on the ice. It just sat there for a long period of time. And I'm like, could someone just pick these damn things up and get them off the ice?
What else? Rick says you can't argue with a Cooch. It's undefeated. Ogie Vukas, morning to you, said karma got Cooch and your arrogant coach. I wonder where he's from.
You had a super chat from Alex Nunn here.
Oh, let's put that up.
Take the C off Hedman, give it to Hagel. First order of business. Absolutely no leadership. And man, this is the time we miss Stamkos, especially on the power play. The power play was frustrating all season long. 17th in the National Hockey League in the regular season. They were so ice cold to end the season. And it feels like they're still trying to run the power play as if they have Stamkos over there.
Yes.
And it's like, let's draw something new up. Let's do something different, would we? It feels like the Lightning are only going to like take one-timers on power plays. Is that what it feels like to you? Like they're always just looking for the one-timer.
Or the bumper shot. You know, it just looks stale.
It does.
Nobody moves. Nobody moves.
That's
It's just
I look at Jeff
they
Halpern.
pass around the outside, and
I look at Jeff Halpern. I'm like, you've been here for a while, man.
And it feels like they just tried to get Bjorkstrand, just force that one timer for him. He was comical at times.
It was comical.
I mean, it just
he couldn't even receive a pass, let alone one time.
Yeah, and we got a couple of you Canadian fans in here. You guys are like beating your chests. What have you done? I mean, I really want to cheer for you because I love your coach. But I can't because you guys are just such jerks. You act like you've done something. And I'd say act like you've been here before, but it's been so long you don't remember. It's been almost 2 generations now since you've won a cup. I mean, act like you've been here before. Act like you know what hockey is all about. Because you don't display that in your social media at all. Like a bunch of petulant children.
I love this comment.
Which one? Go ahead, pop it.
About the Rays. Coach Bowles gave advice to the Rays. He said, you will make the playoffs, so now is the time to rest players and ease off on practice.
Yandy got a little oblique there the other day, so they've been resting him. But it's good to see them all at the Lightning game. They were cool. It was cool. It's great to have them come over.
I just hope Yandy's okay because they told me that they caught it in time. They told me that he's okay. But I heard the same thing about Ryan Pepio. Did I not tell you Monday? I told you I was like, I have bad feelings about Ryan Pepio.
Yeah.
And hip surgery at 27? Hip surgery.
I
almost rather him, like I don't want him to be injured at all, but I almost would rather take the arm injury than a hip surgery.
Well, it's just why is it every time that they say a pitcher it's just a minor injury, it's just a tweak, it's 15-day, it turns into 60 and then season-ending surgery. I mean, are they misdiagnosing it? Are they trying to keep it from their opponents?
I don't know.
Do they get into a rehab and screw them up? I mean, what are we doing in rehab?
It is something that we have been unable to solve, but what it's led to is we didn't talk about it today, but Griffin Jacks is officially becoming a starter, and he went 2 2/3 the other day. Stuff looked good. He's now started 2 games in a row where he's been fine. And eventually, as it gets going, he's going to continue to get a longer leash, and probably they'll work him at best 5 innings, if I have to say.
But what's his name? Schultens that comes behind him?
Jesse Schultens.
It's been fantastic.
Just nails.
That combo, whatever we got going with that combo, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, and that helps because the Rays don't exactly have the most stocked farm of arms right now, starting pitching to come up and replace, like especially with Boyle being hurt. And it doesn't seem like they want to throw Seymour into that role right now either. So Jax will take it. And I'll take it because, I mean, Jax just in the back end of the bullpen was not working.
JSA13 says, Nick, any predictions on Backlash this weekend? Is that a wrestling thing?
Oh, yeah. No, the next premium live event is at Amalie Arena.
Will you be going? Speaking of unaffordable.
Yeah, no, I will not be. I looked at the ticket prices yesterday and I said, nope, I closed the window pretty quickly.
How much are they?
I mean, plus with fees, it's $150 to get in.
Just to get in the door.
Just to get in. And it's just, this is a B-level premium live event.
$150.
$150. I'm good. And they're advertising today. John Cena apparently is going to show up and give some
he lives here for God's sakes.
History-breaking announcement, they're telling me, that he's going to make.
Bring his Ferrari over there. See him always around. Hyde Park in
AKA
his
our
Ferrari.
ticket sales are low, so we're going to throw John in front of the camera.
Is he going to do anything? Just talk?
He's going to make a history-breaking announcement, apparently, today.
Is that tonight?
No, it's on Saturday night at Amalie.
Okay.
Or Benchmark, whatever.
What else we go? Thomas Casper says Tim Hammond is apparently speaking French. Yes, I see all your freaking tweets. You're just like all the rest of the Habitants fans, over the top, acting like you did something. But you haven't done squat. Lonnie Wilkins says, well, how about the beer cup snakes at the Trop? They created a party atmosphere and attendance is up. Yeah. They're averaging almost, 20,000 or 18, almost 19,000?
They're averaging 18,711.
Nice.
15 games. That's 24th in the majors, but that's better than being 29th, which is what they've been. And I think that's got to be like the largest it's been up in a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's usually hovering around 14, 15.
Shocking what happens when you actually market the team. You try to get people in the door.
And even like when they played the Reds there during that middle series, like during those day games, they had like one day game, I think, and it was 15,000. I was like, that's fine. It's fine.
Sergio, Bill Tress says, what's the deal with Cooch and Point? When it comes to the playoffs, there are no shows, 4 straight playoffs exits. Yeah. Scar's got to show up, brother. We've been talking about it all morning. David Terry asks, well, how does the pay scale work for a no trade clause player? Do we have to pay an increase or can we offer less than they're making now? Well, the contracts are locked in, David. So these are guaranteed contracts. They're locked in. Pay scale doesn't change. If you want to trade the player, it depends on what their no move clause is. Some of them have a group of teams that they will agree to trade with. Some of them have veto power. All depends on the contract. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what is in Cooch's contract, but it's up next year's the end of it, I believe. Last year.
This is it. And I don't even know what he gets, to be honest, because he's on a very affordable deal.
Yeah, I think he's $9 million.
He's $9 million.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's going to be more than that.
Which the top players are making 15.
I mean, McDavid, before he took this discount, was up around 16, or Kaprizov is at like 16 something. He's like the highest paid for Minnesota.
Yeah, Sergio says after the Winter Olympic break, this team changed. They were playing like the best team in the NHL prior to the Olympics. Yeah, and I don't know what that is. If it's just rhythm and timing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I know for sure, like we said it, like I think Vasilevsky, you can look at the stats all you want. He deserved a better fate in this series.
Oh, yeah.
Especially game 6. I mean, even in game 7, like obviously wasn't tested, but you got the vintage Vasilevsky that you needed. And that's the discouraging part.
He wasn't the problem. Joe Ugenti, what's up, Joe? It says Buffalo's going to clean their clock.
I
don't think so.
I'm curious.
I think it's going to be a good series.
I think it's going to be a really fun series. It's going to be fast, very fast.
We got to do this just one time for you, Nick. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Fun fact, Chewbacca was Wookiee of the Year in 1977. That's a good one.
I have never seen a single Star Wars movie in my life.
My son was very big into Star Wars, so I have to show it some respect.
Every now and then I thought about, should I start it up, go on Disney Plus and binge, but I don't have time for that. Ain't happening.
Thomas says, Montreal thinks no one knows they won championships with a 4-team league. No, we remember. And
they're the last hope for what the Canadian Cup curse this year.
Yeah. Chris Cole says, well, it's time to focus on MLB Bucks mini camps, training camp, and then season starts. Oh, I know that it's early, but how about Cubs Rays World Series? Ooh, that'd be fun. I'll be going up to Chicago for every one of those games. Faux show.
When is mini camp? Is that like
this week? Rookie mini camp. Yeah. End of the weekend, we'll be out at rookie mini camp. Douglas Batista, thank you, Douglas, says, important to send Tampa Council members emails in advance of tomorrow's important council meeting. Canceled my membership to the TBT, not giving another dime for their awful reporting on the Rays Stadium. It's unbelievable. Nonstop negative articles, one right after another. It's and I know they're receiving a lot of positive op-eds that they're choosing not to print, which is it's a little bizarre. What else we got here? James says Game 5 lost the series, plain and simple. Thomas asked if Kucherov is injured. I think he might have injured his hand in Game 5, but I'm not sure. We'll find out today or tomorrow. I think exit interviews are tomorrow.
It should be interesting. I'm actually very looking forward to the exit interviews. Very curious to see how they. I mean, last night obviously everybody was just in disbelief for the most part.
James says to Eric, we played Canadians many times, so getting a feel seems odd, but in much of the series, Canadians won the scrums. They won most battles. That's what needs to change in the playoffs. As I said, if the Lightning played with the intensity that they played with in Game 6 and Game 7 from the beginning of the series,
we wouldn't be here.
I don't think we lose the series. And that's part of being young and hungry.
Mm-hmm. And
Marty tapped into that. That's, if you want to give him credit for that, I think he deserves it, then yeah.
Yeah. Nathan Elliott says, I look, Big Daddy Yeti's looking tired today, getting sleep. I was in St. Augustine for a bachelor trip this week, and I think that'll answer your questions. I'm a little tired. Not going to lie.
How many Coors Lights did you have?
I don't know about Coors Lights, but Bush Apple came out this week, and I had plenty of Bush Apples this weekend.
Bush Apple?
Bush Light Apple, baby. My Bapples.
Bush Light Apple?
Hell yeah.
Apple flavored beer?
Hell yeah. Bush Light Apple. Bapple.
That sounds so pie-fi. I can't even.
I was in a bar in a bar on Saturday night, and I looked over, and I was like, I see the Bush Light Apples.
So you get a free sorority T-shirt with a Bush Light Apple?
Oh, come on. They didn't serve any highlights at those bars. So you wouldn't have been allowed in.
I don't even think we cleared that with corporate, having you mentioning you're drinking Bush Light Apples on our air. That might be
it was alternating all week. You got the Bush Light limited edition fishing cans, and then you go to you want to change the speed, you go to the Baffles.
The Baffle.
It's the good stuff. For love of the game.
For all you old men, old heads like me, I will put up the I'll just give him the requisite shit for drinking Bush Light Apple, right, boys? That's how I got you covered. Apple. Get out of here.
You see what High Noon came out with this weekend, by the way?
No, I'm not on their email list of High Noon.
They came out with the new transfusion flavored High Noons, and I'm all about that too.
Well, no, a good transfusion at the turn to Palmacia has always been a highlight for me.
Always a highlight. That's what golfing's about these days. The hell with playing well. We're here to get transfusions.
We're here to drink Baffles.
Yeah, we're here to get transfusions and get a dog at the turn. That's what we're here to do.
Oh, that Palmacia dog did not do me well the other day. Did not do me well. The thing, there's a bathroom on 8.
The chat's chewing me here.
Rick says, doesn't come in a sippy cup. Limited edition cans. Bush Light Apple comes with a case of shit ticket. Rick says, did you say that out loud? Well, I'm glad we could end with a chuckle today, brother. I'm glad we can end with a chuckle. Oh, Lord. Well, guys, it's the 5th of May, tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. So maybe we should all wear Rays gear and sombreros to the city council tomorrow. I think, didn't they give away like a Rays sombrero one time?
Was it like a Randy themed one?
Yeah, I think it was. Somebody has to bring a Rays sombrero tomorrow. I don't know who you are, but if you have the Rays sombrero, please bring it, because I will wear it as I speak in front of the city council. If you bring me a Rays sombrero tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo, I absolutely will. Actually, we'll get the big black Cuban to do that. Can you? I can call him that because he calls him that himself. Can you see Orestes in a Rays hat and a sombrero? And speaking to the city council in Spanish and Japanese all at the same time. That's what we need. That's going to put us over the top. No question about it. All right. So we will be out there tomorrow. We'll finalize our plans on the air tomorrow. But city council meeting is tomorrow at 5:00 at City Hall. So bring your Rays gear. Bring your 3-minute speech. Alejandro's already got his. By the way, it was fantastic, Alejandro. I could barely read it. The print was so small, but it was good stuff. So you can go to all our social media, and we'll have that up for you. Have a great day, everybody. Don't worry. Don't fret. Lightning will be back. It's the window is still very much open, but I'm interested to see what happens this offseason. Could be some major changes. Could be tweaks. We don't know. But hell of a season once again. It ended way too soon, but we love our Lightning, and there'll be better days ahead. Go Rays tonight. Maybe you might see Nick and I at the game tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Have a good day, everybody.